Welcome to Coom Trading Cards podcast, where collecting meets the game.
Podcast vendors back for episode 10.
Episode 10.
Double digits for the podcast, which is a great little milestone for us. And to celebrate, we're super excited to get Nick from KiwiCard Collective back on the pod this week. Give us some updates about products we'll delve into that a little bit later. But we're delighted to have Nick on the pod again this week. So thanks for joining us, Nick.
No worries, awesome to be back.
First returning guest.
Yeah, it's always wonder if you're going to get that second invite. Yeah.
Well, on the third one, we'll have to get the old hat trick ball.
Sign a hat trick ball for him. Cool. Well, let's dive into some serious business that you, BC, have had quite the midweek. So I'm here in the green room.
I know the ups and downs of buying into breaks, but I've been away all week actually, which is why I'm absolutely shattered. I've been reffing for it's tournament week for I think it's all sorts of sports, but I've been up in Palmy, up in Napier. And in between games, I jumped in the car and I bought into some breaks, and I've had an absolute banger. One of which is from Nick. I had look, your one's actually funny, Nick, because I watched it on repeat, but I'll come to that in a second because I saw a message just before I watched the break, and I suspected that I might have pulled another good card after the break I had with. Card Crazy, but I jumped in the car, I watched that one on repeat as well, and I got it was Origins, and I got a JSN, I think it was International, I can't remember the name of it, but it was number to 5, but it was a laundry tag mem card, number to 5, and I think with the new products that have come out so far, there's not been a lot of Seahawks stuff, so I wasn't that optimistic, but when I saw that, and then I had a Elijah Arroyo, the new tight end. I had an RPA come out as well in the same break. So I was like absolutely chuffed to bits. But just before that was the score box as well, and I got a Jackson Smith-Njigba auto base card. So it was an absolute flyer. And then when I watched your one, I watched it after. Like I was saying on the repeat, and I saw a comment, like when you load it up, it had like a preview of like the last 2 comments, and I think it was HR had commented about it's something like he can't miss or something, he can't miss at the moment, and I was watching it and I was like, that has got to be a reference to me, and then obviously with your one, I got Elijah Arroyo again with that unbelievable patch.
Was it, I think, to 49, wasn't it?
Yeah, to 49, yeah. But the patch on that is unreal. So I absolutely chuffed to bits. And then again tonight, I got the Sam Darnold card as well, which I think was the 99. Absolutely on fire. But I've been looking at some things that other people have pulled from Origins, and there's a lot of nice Seahawks stuff coming out.
Yeah, I was talking to Matthew about it last night, and he's using a break over in Aussie, and out of 3 boxes, I think there was 4 Seahawks cards came out in that as well. So, nice little run for you. I kind of wish I was having the same luck, but
well, it does go in peaks and troughs. But the other funny thing about that one is that after I'd had the cards come out, the Card Crazy one, I went with Jets on yours, box 2. Mm-hmm. I think it was what was it? I forgot now. He's gonna not be happy. Was it Matthew Bricks? I think messaged me and said, or someone had tagged me in it saying about going for Seahawks, and I mentioned I was like, I don't know, because I've had those decent cards come out of Card Crazy. I was like, I'm not going to get anything this time, surely. And then last minute, I thought, oh, sod it, I'll go for it, and then obviously pulled that card. So absolutely chuffed to bits. I think I've got one more to go with Card Crazy as well. So.
You go 2 boxer up at the moment, eh? So long may the run continue.
I know, I've jumped on that as well. But I saw what's the one in Christchurch? Is it Dime Cards?
Yeah, Dime City. Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to track him down, but someone pulled. I don't know if you've seen it, but a Milrow patch as well from the Origins box that they did.
All right. No, I
Well,
haven't seen that one yet.
yeah, oh, that is really nice. It's a guy. He's not in your group. He's not in any of the groups that I'm part of. So I'm trying to try. I can't message him on Facebook. I found who I think it is, and I've added them as a friend. So he probably thinks I'm a weirdo, but just,
Right as well.
just trying to track him down just to see, because a few people actually messaged me, which is like really cool about the community. So like you start getting contacts and stuff like that. But I had at least 2 people message me about that with his name.
Yeah.
They know he might be interested, and apparently it was a random teams break. So I'm going to work on the assumption he's not a Seahawks fan and will be looking to shift it.
You have to change your profile pic so you got a Seahawks logo up there so you don't look quite so weird.
Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. Yeah, specifically Jalen Milrow. Or maybe I'll put a screenshot of that card being pulled. But yeah, like for breaks this week's been like unbelievable for me. Yeah, so
Yeah. Origins is a nice product every year. I've kind of got quite a few in the cabinet over there of Broncos rookies and it's a good set to collect the rookies out of. The RPAs are normally quite nice, and you get some good patches and yeah.
Eyeing up a Milrow actually on card auto on eBay. That might have to be next month after all these breaks. But I think like when I started, I missed that cycle of Origins. So weirdly, I didn't know it was there wasn't many cards in the break.
Mm-hmm. It's another one of those seven cards per box, but the price point's a little bit better than National Treasures and IMAX. Doesn't hurt the wallet so much. But that chase card, the blank slate, it's such an awesome card.
Yeah,
the case hit. I ended up getting the Bo Nix last year. I was hovering over a break, should I take it? Should I take it? And then by the time I finished procrastinating, someone else had, and so ended up just buying the Nix off him. Same thing as you with the Milrow. Got straight in his inbox.
Yeah.
Introduced myself, and said, as soon as you fancy, because he doesn't normally take them, and so it's like, as soon as you're ready to sell, let me know, and it rocked straight in.
Yeah, but don't forget, I've still got those 2 Bo Nix cards if you're interested. That second one I asked you about, was it Red Stars or something?
Red Stars, from Optic International.
Yeah, I check that quite often, but there's no other sales coming up on 130 point. So I'm not sure.
I did see one listed, but I think it was buy now. So if no one's buying it, but I think a lot of people have been sinking their cash into those case hits and then the bigger products that are coming out. But generally, what we've been seeing on eBay lately with the football season just around the corner is the prices starting to spike, and it's good.
Well, like that. I mean, I'll put that on to chat about shortly. But with the game starting, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the 2024 rookie class. And as we'll speak about shortly, there's a couple of interesting fixtures on week 1. Yeah, definitely. But like with the prices, I mean, you'll know way more than what we do. But I think what I've been listening to recently, a lot of people say you potentially just before the season starts get rid of some stuff, because obviously after week 1, that the prices can shift as quickly as that, depending on what happens. I don't know if that's new for us, but
you start seeing a bit of movement once players are on the field. You kind of, especially this rookie class where it's a little bit of kind of the unknown with a few players. Once they actually start playing, it can go either way. Can go up pretty quickly. Can also go down pretty quickly, especially with injuries. But we'll see how it kicks off.
Yeah, one of the fixtures that's interesting is Vikings Bears. Obviously with JJ, Caleb Williams. That's going to be a good week one clash.
Yeah, I think JJ is kind of the great unknown from last year. The only
Yeah,
one from the rookie class that hasn't stepped on the field. So
that's it.
yeah, his prices have been pretty good, right the way through, pretty strong. So yeah, interested to see how he goes and the type of game he plays. Whether Jay Jets keeps getting lit up down deep, or is it all going to be in the tight ends and in the middle?
Yeah, definitely one to watch. Definitely interesting. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that shortly. Mark, do you want to crack on with mail day, shop day, Morrison's
Yeah,
day?
a really underwhelming week for me actually, because I get my cards predominantly delivered to work if I order them, and I've actually been working elsewhere. So I have 2 cards that have been delivered, but they're not in my in my hands. So looking forward to getting them tomorrow. The 2 Gerrard cards, 2 numbered to 50s, Champions League tops. So I'll grab them and yeah, looking forward to getting them in my hands. I bought another tin. So there was a newsagents I went past. A lot of the top stuff is like selling out.
Yeah,
Like in supermarkets and newsagents are off licenses. And I walked past the newsagents and it had a small poster in the bottom of the window saying, "We sell Tops Premier League here." So I was straight in there. There had 2 tins behind the till. That was it. So I bought one of them, and it was really basic. I didn't pull anything. But I then went past the same newsagents the next day, and the poster was down. So they obviously sold the other tin. But I did manage to pick up a couple of eco packs yesterday. So looking forward to cracking them open. Hopefully pull an auto or a numbered card out of them. But originally bought for myself and Dom, but unfortunately I didn't get to see him yesterday. So I'll be breaking them later on today. Other than that,
with those eco packs, do you get the same like chances of getting like the autos and numbered stuff? Because I've seen some of the stuff online that's coming out of those boxes, and there's some phenomenal stuff for like a fairly entry level type product.
Yeah, I think they're all. I think there's some more deep diving specifics in terms of what you can get from just like a retail singular packet compared to like getting a tin or a super tin or an eco pack. So I think you're more likely to pull, I think from what I've seen, from anything that's higher than a singular packet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but you can still pull good stuff from that. But I think you've got a higher chance if you're buying the bigger packs than just a single pack.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, 25 cards in each. Yeah, two classic limited edition ones. But I pulled a numbered card from the Christian Romero. I pulled it from UK. So,
Nick, are you a football fan?
I don't.
I think I asked you this before.
I get confused. So you have to call it soccer.
Yeah, soccer.
sorry.
No, not a big fan. What's the big games, the World Cups, that sort of thing. Don't follow it religiously.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Question for you, Nick. I think I might have asked you this before, but like obviously we were talking about mail days, and last time you showed us some of the stuff from your collection. But do you like I don't know, day to day, week to week? Are you going into other people's breaks? Are you like buying cards? What's your what
I'm
you do?
kind of I guess not for a while. I went a bit crazy, and so pegged that back a little bit. So got a little bit of mail in this week. The odd single card coming in. She picked up a Stetson Bennett RPA to 99. Kind of use that a little bit later for that true RPA discussion. And what else was there? A card I picked up for Nick Blinko, the set he's chasing from Phoenix.
The contours.
Yeah, managed to find another contours that he didn't have in his list.
Nice.
But yeah, this week's mail was kind of a few boxes of Origins, a couple of boxes of Select Racing, and a whole lot of supplies, case of top loaders, all that sort of stuff. Keep the engine running.
Do you buy boxes for yourself as well? Like, I know you mentioned last time you've got some put away for you might Christmas, and maybe I was imagining that, but
Yeah, still, I'm out and about cruising through the shops and
yeah,
see and go past EB Games and there's a blaster
yeah,
there. Kind of got the same temptations as everyone else.
yeah,
But yeah, have the odd personal rip as well from my inventory. Just
yeah,
try to just save that for special occasions like birthdays, Christmas, that sort of thing. Otherwise, yeah, just don't want it becoming a habit,
yeah,
Um,
definitely, yeah.
yeah,
It's,
but the retail stuff was always a bit of fun. Like the
yeah,
packs Martin was just showing there, if you find the those $20-$30 packs, pull yourself downtown under one of those, you'd be pretty happy,
yeah,
and it's $20-$30, so
yeah.
it's no biggie.
No, I find with those though, like like when I first started in EB Games, they obviously cycle through along with what like what's coming out. But when I first started, they had the mosaic, and they were like, what do you call them, value packs. I think they were like
Yeah,
$45. That's kind of where when I first started, I was getting those. But I absolutely love mosaic. I don't, and I think that's partly to do with what I was buying when I first started. But I think the cards are really nice. The base cards are pretty plain, but some I've got a Devon Witherspoon. I think it was numbered to 15. It was blue.
yeah, they've got the fluorescent parallels in there, and
Yeah,
all of their retail product. I think Mosaic has the fluoros in it. So
yeah,
the value packs have got the blue. I think Blasters have got the fluoro orange.
yeah,
There was a kind of a lime green one as well for a while, but yeah, it ended up because we'd buy the boxes of those, yeah, and break the boxes of value packs
yeah,
as a break. And quite often there's one good hit in amongst a box like that,
yeah,
which would be one of those fluorescent cards, low numbered, or potentially an auto micro mosaic, something like that. But
yeah,
mosaic's good product for case hits.
yeah. It is nice. But I found a like on eBay, because obviously for us over here in New Zealand, I mean it's different for you, Mark. But I think it's not like obviously like America. They've got everything you want, so whatever you search, it's there, isn't it? You can find it. But here, obviously, you've got the delivery. So I think I mentioned this before, but when I tend to buy off eBay, I go for something that's graded, because then in my head you're not paying for that graded fees. That's kind of like the shipping. So it's almost like weird. It's like I don't know, weird self justification for spending the money. But I started filtering out to try and find free shipping and see what there was for sort of Seahawks stuff. And there's a guy who sells from Canada who does free shipping, and I've just been getting a few like those mosaics, but I think they were maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But there's all the different colours of Russell Wilson when he was still at Seahawks, and they're selling them for like I don't know $4 or $5 a card with free shipping. So I don't know how his business is working, but it's working for me. So I've been picking up a few of those. But the cards,
He's doing free international shipping. Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Yeah, like cheap as chips cards. Like obviously they're not numbered or particularly valuable, but I just think they look amazing. And I quite like cards like that. Obviously we're chasing the numbers, the autos, and stuff like that. So that's one thing. But I've quite enjoyed getting those. Like they're cheap, free delivery. So I'm trying to get all the different colours from that. I just think the cards look really nice. And I don't talk about this often, but I also have a little tour PC going as well. I quite like his cards, so I've grabbed a few from them as well. But with the free delivery, why not?
You can't go wrong, eh?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
in the post keeps me entertained.
Yeah. I won't
Uh,
hold the tour. I won't hold the tour collection against you.
yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, like you on the with mail day. Yeah, I've had an unbelievable mail day because I've had your cards from yourself, and obviously with being away, like I came back to just a mountain of parcels. So it's been the last few pods. There's not been a lot, but yeah, like I was talking about it on the other show, but I finally got the Aaron Rodgers player worn patch as well, which is good. quite
Nice.
enjoyed that. And I didn't think it was from the same one, but I got the Tarek Woolen auto from National Treasures. And not a big fan, but the Shador Saunders
That from Illuminance, eh?
from Luminance, yeah, like
Yeah.
number to 249. But it's really nice. Like it looks like it's almost like black and white, and then it's got like purple corners. It's quite sharp. I quite like it.
Yeah.
And then not one to really shout about with Daniel Jones, number 2/8 from Phoenix.
The
Quite nice.
Luminance product and its photography is awesome, eh? It's just a shame that it's college unis. Yeah, if they're all in pro uni, it'd be an amazing product. One of the products that they ever done, they didn't do last year, Chronicles. They used to do like a reissue. So within Chronicles, you'd have the Luminance cards within that, and then it was those players, but in their pro unis and kind of the update later in the year.
Yeah, they're definitely they are definitely really cool cards. But there you go. There's another one. That's the Aurora as well. But that was from Luminance. So yeah, like bits and pieces. It's nice. Just even some of the cards that are not particularly valuable, but like when you come home and you've just got parcels of cards to go through, it's good fun.
Well, it's not always about the value, eh? Part of collecting is
100%,
just about the card being cool and what you enjoy. So it's awesome to hit something that's worth something and potentially a bit more in the future. But it's just in the eye of the beholder, eh?
Yeah, like it's interesting because like researching for this, I've been listening to like a ton of different podcasts and like mainly American and that. And recently they've been talking about obviously the grading standards and stuff like that, where we're now seeing like AI, aren't we, and things like that. So I guess in the future you'll have that consistency. But what they were talking about, what I found interesting is how maybe I could be talking out of turn, but how easy it may have been in the past to get a 10 or the value of a 9 in the past and the value of a 9 now. But then they were talking about, I can't remember how they put it, but it was, when you view a card, obviously some people are obsessed with that 10 or that 9 or whatever it is, whatever it's graded. But then you've got I'm not sure what the correct word is, but like the aesthetics of the card and actually how it looks. And I think for me, I mean, it's interesting because going back to the Aaron Rodgers one, obviously it's a nice card, but for me, that card with the gold trim and the colours with it being jet, it doesn't do anything for me. It's cool that it's player worn, and that's possibly why I keep it. But for me, like the cards that look cool are what makes me tick.
Yeah.
So obviously we want that rarity, I guess, and the numbers and the autos and stuff like that. But like for me, the card's got to look good.
Yeah, the card's got a pop, eh? And that's why some of those, I guess, the Chrome cards kind of become quite popular. They got that little bit of that flash about them. National Treasures is kind of toned back, but the patches bring it to life. That one I think you've got is plain white, on the patch, which kind of it doesn't stick out as much,
No, it's pure for that one for me. It's purely for the fact it's player worn, and it's Aaron Rodgers. But like otherwise, it wouldn't be as a card. It's not particularly exciting to look at. But it's the same with the Woolen I showed. But I guess that's the style of National Treasures. Whereas then, with the Daniel Jones, for me, that card looks really cool. Obviously, it's a shame about the player, but it's. But it's a cool looking card, and again, luminance. You've got the photography as well, which you can really appreciate.
I don't think Martin would be too worried about the National Treasures card, and maybe the uniform is a bit off, but I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'll bring it with me to the UK. We'll see what we can do.
We'll have a sit down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll have a chat. It's funny because that Premier League stuff, like the we were talking the other week, Mark, about like match attacks and stuff like that, which is like your real budget, like entry level. But it's fun, isn't it? Like you just pick a pack and have a rip, and you get some decent cards. But like the Premier League cards are really good looking. Is what I've been really impressed with.
I think all across the board with like the quality and the aesthetics, the photography, it's just everything's just up a level, which is why it's doing so well and it's done so well, and you know it's got so much traction at the moment. That's why I can't find it everywhere. It's obviously doing well and it's selling well, and people are responding really well to it and pulling really great cards. So yeah, I'm eyeing up these 2 eco packs, thinking, what have we got from it? What have we got?
What's in there?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Is that all Topps product as well? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the first season that Topps have taken over the Premier League, the contract, and it's just it's top draw, really good stuff. And I've already pulled three numbered cards just from retail packs, like no boxes, just like tins or eco packs. So
Match attacks was like Champions League and that, wasn't it? And the European stuff. It wasn't Premier League, was it?
No, it was across the board. Yeah, it was sort of all over Europe. Yeah, but it's just so much more exciting, like to open these Topps packs because you sort of, like I said last week, you sort of knew what you were getting with match attacks. It was sort of, you weren't getting anything out of the ordinary. It was proper entry level stuff, whereas this is just elevated, and it's just been so well received. Like the For You page on TikTok's just polluted. Just people breaking, and I've seen some unbelievable pulls. Like I think I said last week, the Van Dijk to 10 signed auto. Sorry, and I'm just getting excited thinking about that. Imagine pulling that, like especially for like a Liverpool fan anyway, or just pulling anything that's like they've got
out of those retail packs as well.
Yeah, they've got 101s. Like they're out there as well. I've seen a couple of them, which is crazy from a retail pack, but super exciting. So watch this space. I'll see what.
You have to get your hands on a hobby box. Treat yourself to a hobby box and have some real fun with it.
Yeah.
So they do this. What do they do? It's called like a super tin. I can't find it anywhere. It's online. I can order it, but like, it's one of the few ones that I haven't seen in shops. So I guess it's sort of similar to like a hobby box. Probably the same amount of cards or whatever, but I'll definitely get one at some point. But
interesting to see if they do that, or do you know the answer to that? Whether they have a hobby version of it?
There isn't one at the moment, but what they do is they throughout the season they'll do like an update, and they'll do like a limited in like packs, multi packs. But I don't think I don't know. Maybe watch this space. I guess.
Hopefully a Fnatic store exclusive.
I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? That it's the first season they've got it. They've got the store, and they did that massive launch for the collection. Steven Gerrard, Rio Ferdinand, Shearer all went down. Your mate Alan Shearer, Nick. They did this massive launch, so I'm sure they're clued up enough to go. They'll release some sort of exclusive boxes of some sort, but we'll have to let you know in December when we pop up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, see what happens. I have to bring an additional suitcase back just with cards. That could be like the unofficial supplier.
You're gonna bust that weight limit with cards. Cards will get heavy real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could be the unofficial supplier in New Zealand. Just bring them all back. Changing subject slightly. I am doing a bit of research for the pod this week. I stumbled across the Fanatics Iconic 100. Now, I don't know if this is a new thing, but what's interesting for me is like more like seasoned long-term collectors. it's probably quite interesting, or they have more. But it basically said on there that they spoke to like so-called industry experts and then like collectors, and they've sort of collated it all together and they've come up with this list. But I was looking at the top 10 and I was thinking from, I don't know, what are we, amateurs? Would we call ourselves amateurs at this stage? But I was trying to think of the cards that I would think that kind of stick in my mind when I thought about cards before I started collecting. So that's obviously quite modern. And I think from the, I guess, gold, King of Collectibles, Golden.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I
King
watched that,
Golden. Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Like, I was watching that like kind of at the start, and obviously you learn about the Honus Wagner card and Mickey Mantle. But before I guess I had any interest in it, it was kind of well known to me about the 86 Fleer Jordan card. But there's one that surprised me. The Tiger Woods, the Upper Deck Tiger Woods card. I don't know if you can picture that, where he's kind of like pointing towards the hole. But that wasn't on the list. But I mean, it wasn't in the top 10. But I guess that would be my only input into having a discussion about the cards that have made it. But I've got the list up now. Tom Brady being one of them, number 6. But I just wondered what your thoughts were on that top 10, if you've had a chance to look at it. Or
No, I've had a bit of a look at it. Yeah, it's kind of, I hadn't actually seen it until you messaged about it today, so jumped on
yeah,
and had a look. And I guess the American market, so kind of baseball and vintage baseball
yeah,
dominating in there, and I guess vintage is where kind of that real top end is, and quite it's I think that American market is just quite a different scene, where there's such a variety of cards, and cards going back a long way, that you don't really see down under. Um, but yeah, it's good. It's good to see a couple of basketball ones in there. So the Jordan, LeBron as well. I think was LeBron with his exquisite RPA, and the classic, where is it that the Larry Bird, Irving, and Magic
yeah,
Johnson? Yeah, but seeing that in a 10 is crazy,
yeah.
for the age of the card.
It's interesting though, because I think I like the. I'm not really into basketball. A couple of Jordan cards, but generally, like, I'm an ultra. I don't know what the word is. Ultra modern collector. But it just got me thinking. Where these are specific cards, so you've got like a lot of. There's a lot of Tom Brady cards, for example. But the one that's at number 6 is very specific, isn't it? It's the 2000 playoff contenders
Yeah,
rookie card.
his rookie ticket, yeah, and
Yeah. So
autographed up, and I think I don't think you can actually get much better.
no, but it's got me thinking. Is like say in 10 years' time, where we've been collecting and stuff like that. Will I get to a point where there's a specific card? Because I found this fascinating. Reading about it and why they've selected it and stuff like that. But it's what's kind of piqued my curiosity. Again, coming at this from kind of newbies, and then hitting it hard. Like obviously doing the podcast and stuff like that is how it's not. For collectors, it's not just about their PC and stuff like that. This is very specific, isn't it? It's a very specific card and stuff like that, and I find that fascinating. So it's
Yeah,
quite cool going through the list. But it just made me think. Well, we get to a point where someone asks you, and you can give an answer of a very, very specific card that you seem as you feel is iconic or important, or you put in this list. So it's been quite interesting reading through that. But yeah, like, I know there's a lot. It covers a lot of different sports and stuff like that. But I just kind of wondered what would be your not iconic, but what's your card? When you think of like your, I guess for you being a Broncos fan and that, like, what would be your grail? Or
it kind of. I was actually looking at one the other day. It's the Elway rookie.
yeah,
It popped up on an Aussie site, for
yeah,
sale. I just saw it and went, oh shit, that's cheap. And I kind of went off and had a look, and I was like, oh, it is a pretty good deal, but we're back to it, and it was just so badly off center
Yeah,
that I kind of went, I rather, if I'm buying something like that, I'd buy it graded already. Yeah, so you know what
yeah,
you've got. You know it's the real thing. It was meant to
yeah,
be the real thing. Yeah, but yeah, Elway rookie, and still. And I still quite like Elway Flawless Auto.
yeah,
Not quite sure of the year. Don't really need to be specific on that. But
yeah,
going back to that kind of player worn era, if I can. Yeah, but we'll see.
yeah,
There's a few on the list. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
I think you're probably the same, Mark. Like, I've got like a pretty decent JSN collection now, and I think my answer is like super modern. So you're going to get people that may roll their eyes at it, but for me, I've got my downtown. I've got like, I don't know, 7 or 8 autos. I've got an on-card auto, JSN. I've got an RPA and stuff like that. So I feel like I've ticked most of the boxes. But my, again, a very ultra modern answer at the minute. My next one where I can feel like I can close the door a little bit on the JSN thing is a Kaboom. So that's on my list, and then I feel like I'm pretty happy with that then. And I think my next focus will be on Milro. Yeah, that's it for me. What about yourself, Mark? Sticking
I've
with
seen
Gerard?
I've seen a Steven Gerrard like Futera auto on eBay. Don't know if I told you this, but it's up there it's on for like £8,000. And just because I clicked on
Really?
it, yeah, no, I just put it on my watch list, but like obviously never going to spend £8,000. But they came back and offered it to me for like £6,500, which obviously I didn't buy. But it's just nice to know it's there. I know it exists. It's like from his
Yeah,
debut season. But yeah, £8,000. Just that I would love to get
I
that
think
card.
maybe that's the trade up challenge. Yeah,
yeah,
to
yeah.
Yeah,
work your way towards it. Yeah.
yeah. That's the.
Is
I
it,
guess that's the
see,
goal.
yeah. But that's an interesting point as well, isn't it? Like when we're talking about like the cheaper cards or that just look nice and you enjoy having. I've asked myself that question as well, because in theory you could sell 100% or a percentage of your collection to get something really nice. But I feel like for me, like it wouldn't be the same. Like I could trade everything I've got for like, let's say whatever I could sell it for the the most expensive JSN card that I could get with it, but it just wouldn't feel the same as having that collection. So I feel like the cheaper cards that are nice to look at that you enjoy are just as important, really, in the long term as those bigger hits, for example.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it takes time. Yeah, so you kind of while all those sales are going on and you're building towards
Yeah,
that big one, something else pops up, you grab it. Um,
yeah,
Goes off track for a little bit. But yeah, it's. I mean, like I said, it's kind of the eye of the beholder. Yeah, whatever you enjoy. Same with what's in my cabinet. Yeah, there's a real mix from low end to high end
yeah,
memorabilia. And it's just awesome to have it there to look at.
yeah, definitely.
Digging into the boxes every now and then is a good little flashback as well, reminding yourself that you've got stuff that you'd completely forgotten you had.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I was saying before, Nick, isn't it? You get, have a nice shower, glass of red, spend a bit of time with your collection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Perfect Sunday night.
I just love it. I've got them all. I've got a load of mine just spread out here. It's just, it's good fun. But I don't think I would trade. What's in my collection now on PC for like that one big card. I feel like it's, again, I'll reference this all the time, but like, because obviously we're new to it. It's like all these feelings. Even when you're ripping a box, something like that, it's all new, and it's like what do you want to do with it? But for me, like having all these cards, I wouldn't trade that just for one card. I feel like that's the absolute grail comes somewhere down the road.
yeah,
I I wouldn't trade what I've got. I like all the Seahawks cars I've got and things like that. The cheap ones and the more expensive ones. I think they're just as important in that collection.
Yeah, I've kind of just got mine split out, where I got the stuff that I know I'm going to keep and I'm not going to, that stuff that's mine, it's not going anywhere. And then there's the other stuff that's off to the side that, it's not necessarily PC, it still looks good, I'd like to keep it, but if something comes up, it's on the block,
Yeah, definitely.
And it takes a little bit of time to build that up. Years 2, 3, and 4, you'll start, you'll start running out of room as well. And that's it's just part of it. As your, I guess, your collecting journey kind of moves along.
Yeah, definitely. I've already got another recent purchase of another box, so yeah, it's already getting a bit out of control. Right, should we move on to I think one of the things we were discussing is just some updates, what's coming up with KCC, and if you going through the products, what's coming out and stuff like that. What I can spend my money
So
on.
we've got still not a lot going on in WWE land, but I mean, for NFL and NBA is a pretty big month, September. We've got a little bit of NFL. We've still got some of last year's product coming through. So Panini One, which is single card product. That's it. I think on the 4th. Then we got Orange's Blasters, so the international blasters, but a retail version of that. Still probably kind of the most expensive blasters out there, but nice product and a few kind of exclusives in there. Then move into Donruss, flawless and certified. So flawless won't be a product that KCC does. I don't know if we'll actually get to see any broken in New Zealand. It's sort of just I think last year it was around $10,000-$12,000 a box. So
Have you ever been tempted to try and do a break?
It would be nice, but you saw how long it took to get National Treasures done. It's kind of just probably a bit out of our league. One day I might get to open a box. But it's kind of some nice products in there. Donruss, you've got the new Downtown, so the new rookie class. Their Downtowns will be in a Donruss product, and
there's got to be some Seahawks in there, surely.
Got a couple this year, possibly. They normally have a good mix here of, I guess, old sort of vets and also rookies. And then NBA, we've got 6 products for NBA. So Optic Fast Break, which is kind of variation of just the Optic product. Obsidian 1-in-1, which is like the Panini One NFL, but it's got 2 cards in there.
Right.
So 2 cards per box. Immaculate Prism Black, which I've not seen in NBA before. It was in a Chronicles product for NFL, which was instead of the silver frame that Prism had a black frame on it. But that's coming up for basketball, and then they got Flawless as well at the end of the month. So some real big ones in there. I think you'll see NBA Flawless ripped in New Zealand. There's a couple of pages that sort of get that done. But won't be a huge amount of it.
No, it'd be good to watch though.
It's awesome to watch those big boxes, and there's a bit of a thread going. What was it last night in the Card Crazy chat when they're asking everyone about what was their their favorite break or their favorite product. And I think someone did mention Eminence in there, which I haven't seen for a few years, which is a step up from Flawless as well. I think $30,000 a box.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And, but it's some beautiful cards in there. Yeah, you just got to see them, and but you wouldn't catch me trying to break it or jumping in a break.
Nah. Well, but that's like I think we were discussing that the last one is even with the Immaculate and National Treasures, like Seahawks, obviously, wasn't that particularly expensive, so you can do it. But then I think wasn't Commanders on one of them was like best part of $300.
Yeah, I think I've still got my lists right here. I was 185 in iMac, but it's 300 odd in National Treasures. Yeah.
That's the. I know like the potential rewards are huge, but just for me, that's just it's crazy. But buying a team for that sort of money and then not getting anything, that's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
jumped. I mentioned last time jumping in that flawless breaks in the States. So just jumping in a one-off
yeah,
case break,
yeah,
just so that I could. Yep, I've done it. And
yeah,
if I get something, I don't. If I do, and ended up with something nice. But
yeah,
um, when you got a rookie quarterback in there, it's kind of no. We'll leave that to someone else.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I was going to do that, I'd watch like as many YouTube videos as I can. Which, admittedly, in the early stages, I kind of did that to see. I was looking at the products and see what teams come out more frequently.
Hmm.
When I was trying to build up some stuff to trade with other people, so I was seeing like kind of, I don't know. I guess it's a bit of research to try and reduce that risk or maximise your chance of getting something nice. And it did. I found it varied from product to product. But I think if I was doing something like that, where you're kind of putting a lot of money up, I'd definitely watch as many videos as I could find just to see what the frequency of the teams that are coming out. But I don't know if it works like that, but it definitely gives you an idea. But I feel like the products I've watched this year, there's definitely patterns because look at this week with me. Origins has obviously been good for Seahawks, whereas Score hasn't been too bad. But Luminance, for me personally, I've hardly seen any Seahawks stuff come out. But Origins has been good.
Yeah, there's not been a huge amount of luminance broken, but same with Broncos. Yeah, haven't seen any sort of
Yeah,
Broncos stuff. There was, I think, one Bo Nix, but the second year that I pulled out of a box. But yeah, none of the new rookies, which is kind of where my interest is.
yeah,
Been a bit quiet the last few weeks. Breaks. It's actually been quite good because there's nothing coming out here, so it's kind
yeah.
of money in the bank instead of in someone else's pocket.
That's true.
But yeah, I think as you start sort of getting in Origins, Donruss certified, there's some really nice cards that come out there, especially certified with their what is it, the RPA that they have and certified is really nice.
Yeah.
It's mostly been a horizontal card. Freshman fabrics it is.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's sort of majority been horizontal, except last year they went vertical on it.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's kind of that early season or early in the year, nice product, and still comes at a decent price point. Yeah, that and Donruss is still kind of
yeah.
that lower end of the price points, and plenty of cards. Get away from these 6 and 7 card boxes for a little while.
Yeah, they're good fun as well. Like when when you're going to come away with something as well.
Yeah.
It definitely makes it. Yeah, you said about freshman fabrics. I've got a Zach Charbonnet actually, RPA with a nice
Uh,
patch in. That
yeah,
was
I had that in my house for a few
yeah. I
weeks,
remember you saying
for
yeah
quite a few
because it
weeks.
was
Yeah,
number to 10, but I think I
yeah.
bought it off card crazy in the
Yeah.
end.
One of the guys, Mitch, who had the card, he works the same business as me, and we
Yeah,
caught up as doing a show, and he gave me a whole lot of cards to try and sell on
uh,
behalf for him, and that
yeah,
was one of them.
yeah.
But yeah, it didn't work out, and ended up down a card crazy, and then on to you. So it made its way to someone's PC, which is awesome.
That's it.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, it's a
yeah,
nice card. I think off the top of my head it is number to 10.
yeah. It
But
was the 10.
yeah, but it's got the patch was really cool on it, which is why. Well, that's not why I bought it. I bought it because at the time I was just like anything Seahawks I buy. But yeah, it's a nice card that one. Um,
Nice.
yeah, that's in my Seahawks
Yeah,
in my PC. True RPA then.
sure. RPA.
Yeah, so we like the time we've been. I don't even think I've spoke to you about this, Mark, but I spoke to Nick in the week because again I was listening to podcasts and they were talking. They were talking about it might have been I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about a true RPA. It's a current receiver they were talking about, Jamar Chase, I think. And they were saying that in the collection, and it possibly was National Treasures. They were saying that you get an RPA with that was numbered to 25, but they were saying that the one that was numbered to 100 or 99 was more valuable because that was classed as a true RPA. And I've heard that term quite a lot. For some reason, I'd never looked into it or never understood it. And then I was listening to that conversation, and I thought, I'm going to ask Nick, because I did try and Google it, but I didn't really understand it. And I know we had a brief exchange of messages the other day, but I'm still not fully understanding what that is, because obviously, before you explain, like all the different products, there's different RPAs as well, isn't it? So like in my head, I can't work out how one product or one particular one becomes this true RPA. So
Yeah, so generally in the checklist, they'll be called out as a rookie patch auto, yeah.
yeah,
And so National Treasures, they've got the RPA base RPA to 99
yeah,
is the true RPA.
right,
So when you get down into your 49s, your 25s, your 10s, your 101s,
yeah,
they're effectively parallels of that.
right,
So a true is kind of, it's called out on the checklist as a rookie patch auto, and it'll have a base number, which is normally to 99.
okay,
And like I guess in older products, a lot more on card
yeah,
was the expectation of an on card auto. But then you've kind of, I guess, the proliferation of stickers lately in the last couple of years, you do get stickers in there. So I guess kind of, I was trying to find an example when I was looking through my collection. I was like trying to find the same player. So if I
yeah,
got something of the same player, and I kind of didn't get a chance to go into the boxes, the stuff that's not on display. So it actually worked out with buying that Stetson Bennett. And I don't really know why I brought it, but that's his true RPA from Spectra.
right, okay,
So numbered to 99, got the rookie logo on it, has
yeah,
a bit of a patch. The only thing, slightly different is the sticker, as
right,
opposed
okay,
to on card. And in the same Spectra set, you've got the likes of that. It's not the best, but it is a patch, sort of, which is the Radiant Rookie. Could be sold as an RPA, but it's not the true RPA.
okay, I see.
And
So,
that's dumb. That's
each set could have a true RP. Will have a true RPA.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like the freshman fabrics would be the true RPA of certified.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
that's kind of the flagship, I guess, for that product.
yeah,
And so Spectra is kind of one that's got lots of variation. Yeah, so that Radiant Rookie is one variation. There's quite a few others.
yeah,
National Treasures, you start getting into like gloves and hats and
yeah, yeah,
helmets, and it all kind of goes away from that actual patch. And a
got
lot
you.
of the times they will be vertical cards as well. Yeah.
Okay,
So vertical cards. The only kind of ones I've seen are different. There are Origins and certified, as I mentioned.
yeah. Do you, sort of through the cards and stuff like that, would you say that because I've noticed with like kabooms and stuff like that, that the ones that are vertical are worth more generally?
Yeah, so the vertical kaboom is from a hobby product,
Yeah.
so that it's got that rarity
Okay.
or scarcity, whereas the horizontal is from a retail product. And there
Right.
seems to
Got you.
be a lot more of those that are out in the general pop.
Yeah. So would you say generally in the hobby that the vertical cards are more will be generally the more rare or more or more sought after?
I think they are. It feels like they are the more sought after.
Yeah.
I mean, people have their preferences. I quite like the horizontals. They get a
Yeah.
bit OCD when they're on the shelf and they're mixed in with verticals. It'd be good to
Yeah.
just have a whole shelf that is just horizontals and a whole shelf that's verticals. But okay. It really depends on the product. Yeah. You just see the card, like the card, buy the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess time will, in our case, will dictate like what you like, because right now it's all new, isn't it? Like you're building collection stuff. I haven't really got to the stage where I'm that anal about how things look. When you display them and stuff like that, I feel like that's part of the process as well. Isn't it? You get to a certain point, and where your collection is where it is, you can start then looking at whether you want it vertical or horizontal,
Yeah.
or you start, like as your collection increases, you start filtering stuff out and think, well, I'm only going to go for this particular type of card or the way it looks.
Mm.
I think that's something
Yeah,
that's up the road for us,
there's a few collectors that are out there like that. The worst one for me is seeing an empty space in a binder or in a rainbow where you've just got that one card,
Yeah,
that one card that's missing.
yeah,
That's a bit of a trigger. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm generally pretty chilled about it.
yeah. But when you mentioned before, when I was talking about my AJ Barner collection, like I'm still kind of, I feel like that's going to be a slow burner for me because I see them come up, and I've got one hopefully coming tomorrow, which is actually the Barner version of that, so it's numbered to 8.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many bloody versions of it, and obviously with us being over here, like if you're in America, it'd be a doddle, wouldn't it? Like to pick them all off, but every time I go on there's a different bloody version of it.
So you need to, I think you need to start using one of the shipping consolidators
Yeah, I think so.
instead of coming direct. Like I guess the downside of that is you just don't have that constant flow of mail coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But getting like that free shipping, or cheap shipping, into a shipping center in the UK, sorry, in the US,
Just store it.
and then stored and
Yeah,
combined and brought over. You just got to be careful with values, that sort of thing.
yeah.
Declaring your values right, and then getting through customs, keeping your receipts in case you are asked for anything. And then
Let's go and pick it up, Nick, next year. I'll tell the missus. I've got to go and pick up
holiday
the
once a
parcel.
year. Pop in and see Brian at Ship My Cards. Collect it all.
Or I'll find one in Seattle and just say, "Oh, I've got to go to Seattle again." that's probably not a bad idea. I could do that, yeah. That's not a bad idea. But yeah. I think maybe that's what I'll have to do. But yeah, like there's so many of them. But I think I've got quite a few now, so that'll be one that I'll keep an eye on. But that could be my first one.
Oh, so that Phoenix set's probably got about 40 or 50 of the color variations or the parallels.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but they're cool cards.
Impressive when it's done, though, when it's completed.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So we briefly spoke about earlier. Next week, week 1. I put down. I was looking at the schedule, and obviously, Seahawks fan. We've got 49ers. Going to be an interesting game. Definitely looking forward to that. But I was just trying to sort of pick out a couple of ties that I thought were interesting, and the one I briefly spoke about was Vikings Bears, which we touched upon. But another one that I put down was Bills Ravens. And I was listening to a conversation on another podcast, and they were talking about Josh Allen and Jackson. Could potential MVPs next year, but I wonder, even as early as week 1, whether that will have an effect on their cards and stuff like that. Because that's definitely going to be interesting, isn't it? Like who sort of kind of gets the better of that tie.
Yeah, I think with those two, they're pretty well seasoned players. Yeah, so I wouldn't expect to see much movement in their card values, other than the normal seasons, built into the season. Where you'll see, start seeing a jump is when one of them actually gets the MVP. At the other end, I would have liked to have seen this game a few games in rather than first up. So once the teams had a chance to get a few games under their belt, get their systems and everything going. But yeah, still a bit of a cracker for the first round.
Definitely. It could sort of, I don't know, sort of early contenders. The guys I was listening to were saying whoever gets the better of this could be early contender for MVP. It could be interesting.
Yeah, I think it just sets up the other end of the season, where they come back and they end up, they'll end up playing each other in the AFC games at the end. So whoever wins there, kind of, they have two games against each other during the regular season, don't they? Yeah. So I know whoever gets that kind of head, one up,
Yeah, I saw. I didn't put this on the list, but I saw Green Bay have got Micah Parsons, haven't they? Highest
Yes,
paid
the
Yeah,
non quarterback.
the news of the week. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about
yeah. I mean, obviously, what do we say? I messaged you, didn't I, about the transfer and highest was the most highest paid
that?
non-quarterback. Yeah, be interesting to see how he gets
That's
on.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to. I've already said to the wife that I'm gonna be watching. There's like an NFL highlight show on BBC over here in the UK. I'm going to start
Right.
watching that more, and that's probably going to open up a world of Green Bay card collecting, I reckon. Because I just haven't, like,
We'll,
I guess
we'll
I was really into NFL years ago, and then I sort of just stopped watching it. So I just my knowledge is not there with like NFL teams or players or anything. So jumping back on the horse.
Mark, you might need to leave and come back in because we've got a bit of a delay on your. Are you getting that delay as well, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go out and come back in again.
Okay.
Just before you tell us about the your Green Bay. I don't want him to waffle on and not get anything on the. What's your out of the rookie class of 24? Who's going to go the furthest?
It's a tough one, eh?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
definitely mixed
like
opinions, isn't there? Definitely mixed
yeah.
opinions. So,
I'd like to see Jonty have a good go, but he's a Raider, so kind of
yeah,
the other half part of me is saying no, don't.
yeah,
But yeah, I think him and RJ Harvey, I'd like to see
yeah,
have good seasons. Yeah, the quarterback's quite interesting. Then it's going to just interesting to see how it plays out over the year. So who actually gets the start, who gets on the
that's it.
field, who
Yeah,
doesn't. There's not as many that you'd have that kind of the same year as Burrow and Herbert, where you kind of, and even last year where they're just straight into the starting positions. You
yeah,
don't have that kind of quality, or at the moment the perceived quality. So yeah, just see how the season progresses.
yeah. Broncos have got a nice start, though, haven't they? Titans. Ooh.
Yeah, Titans on Monday morning. So
Yeah,
yeah, 8:05.
yeah. Do you
Seamus.
watch the games over here or like live? Would you have to watch it after?
I'll try and have it going in my ears
Yeah,
if I can. But yeah, generally watch it later on.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
It's ideal times if you're not at work like me on Monday morning.
yeah, yeah.
It's the dream, mate. Drop the kids off and watch the football.
So the Monday morning games, yeah. You get like a 5 o'clock start.
Yeah,
So you can get one game in before work starts.
yeah, that's it.
But yeah, otherwise it's just try either like listen to a bit of it or catch the replay or the highlights later on.
Yeah, but then with the Premier League, like it's Liverpool Arsenal today, so I'll be up at I think it's 3 in the morning to watch that. So, but again, no work for me tomorrow, so drop the kids off. I'll catch up on my sleep.
Nice.
What life?
And yeah, Mark, just finish what you were saying about Green Bay. So you'd obviously gone off. You stopped watching it for a while because of circumstances and that, and this year looking forward to getting stuck back in.
Yeah. There's I can't remember the name of the show exactly. It's called like Red Zone or something.
Yeah,
It's just a highlight show, and I'm just going to commit to watching that once a week, catching up on all the games and get my knowledge back up, and can just sort of have more conversations regarding NFL because my knowledge is just out whack at the moment. But yeah, looking forward to getting back into NFL because I used to love it. Used to be quite almost as religious as football or soccer.
It was your conversations with Lemmy that got me interested in it. That's the irony.
Exactly. That was when I was at the peak of my interest in NFL. I think. And look what that's spawned. So looking forward to getting my teeth back into NFL, and yeah, it's definitely going to open up a few doors, I think.
Yeah, I want to get you into actually collecting NFL because I know you start with Aaron Rodgers and that, but like, yeah, I'm hoping that you fully get into it. We'll move you away from the EPL stuff.
Yeah, or maybe I won't, and I'll just dive
You'll get there.
a deep hole of both of them.
Yeah,
Just reminded me that I've got to send you those photos. I did pull the cards out. Well, I managed to find one of them. So yeah, a couple of Aaron Rodgers that are hanging around my house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do so.
definitely.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We've actually got next week. It's next week, Mark, isn't it? We've got a breaker from the UK coming up.
Yeah,
super excited. Lee, is that the Lee Carsley breaks?
So the name of the page is Cardsley Breaks. It's a name
breaks.
on an old football player. But he's got Stu. His name's Stu. He's going to come on next week. He's got some great content. He does really good. I was watching some of his videos yesterday. He does like the 10 most expensive cards of the week that have been sold on eBay.
Oh, nice.
It shows you the cards and how much they sold for, and it's really interesting and a good insight. But he does breaks quite often. He's doing one on Tuesday night, and I said to him, I'll jump on it and on Tuesday night, and he just does breaks and then just has chats to his community.
Does he list the teams like from 1 to 20, like the same as the NFL ones, or does he split them up into like players?
Not sure.
Right.
I'm sure. Obviously, I'm going to jump on it on Tuesday, but he'll be able to tell us all next week and break it down, and that will give you more of an insight into what he does and how he does it. Because obviously some breaks are not all as straightforward or how you think it would be, right?
Do you think, Nick, that there would be any appetite within the KCC community, or is it more
for
NFL?
EPL?
Like the soccer stuff.
I think we did some product during sort of COVID. Joe did a few football breaks. They went all right, but it's kind of not. I guess not a sort of market that we've targeted when we've grown the community. So even trying to get when we do these old NASCAR breaks, trying to get enough to fill a break is quite hard. But there's a handful of people that are interested, and I get the product every now and then. So it's something different, which was good this week. Instead of just seeing football players, seeing the cars, and the relevance with NASCAR is just with Van Gisbergen mostly. But then there's a few that are kind of broader collectors as well. So Nick, who's in the group, he's always buying in on the US pages. Just spent it was a season over there with the New England rugby team and part of their coaching staff. So he was able to access everything directly while he was in the States. So looking forward to seeing some of what he brought back.
Oh, nice. I've watched some of the, just out of curiosity, some of your race cars, but I don't know who the drivers are and stuff like that. Some of the cards are quite cool, but you've got to have an interest, haven't you, I think?
It's like any sport. If you watch it and you watch it on the daily, you know the drivers, and it's something I hadn't watched for quite a while. It wasn't until SVG got over there and started racing that kind of piqued the interest again.
Yeah, no, definitely, right, we've hit that, gone a bit over the hour mark, but I reckon, Mark, we jumped to, the one thing I put on the list, which I found fascinating, again, while you're on it, just to get your views on it, the Jordan Bryant dual logo man that was sold, 12.9 million.
It's crazy money, eh?
Yeah, but when I sent the notes through, again, obviously we're at the other end of the scale, but it's interesting because, I think on the first podcast I talked about my dad, for example, I get the eye roll when I talk about cards, as if maybe it's a bit childish or whatever his views are. But when I saw this story, I was like, I know this is the opposite end, but to me, like when someone like Kevin O'Leary's spending, because I think it's like it's two or three of them, isn't there?
Yeah, a
But
bit
when
of a
there's
syndicate, I think. Yeah,
yeah,
two, three, four people involved.
yeah, but when people are that wealthy, they don't do things like on a whim, do they? So you've got to think that maybe they see value in the hobby. You know, they see it as a genuine investment. And then when you go on to the flip side of it and you look at, we spoke, Mark, about all the different reasons why people might collect. And one of my frustrations was people, especially, I say people, I'm referring to people I've listened to in America mainly, but they're very judgmental of certain people, or, if people are in it just to make money and stuff like that, and then you get the old collectors who are then critical of new collectors. But at every level, be it the 12.9 million or our level, to some degree, it is an investment, isn't it? Because again, to some degree, it's an asset that you're buying because there is value. So the first thing I thought when I saw that was, what do people think? Because that, for someone like that to come in and spend that sort of money on a card, they obviously see the hobby as a investment opportunity, and that would work at both ends.
Yeah, I kind of, I mean, at 12.9 million, I don't know. I kind of see it as you've got cash to spend, so you spend it.
Yeah,
And it is somewhat ego driven,
yeah,
and more to the status flex. I own the most valuable card in the world. It's is that card going to sell for that value ever again? Who knows? I For that particular card, I don't really see it as an investment. As more of a, I see it as more of a flex.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But you kind of look at the other vintage stuff that's around, the Wagners, that sort of thing.
yeah,
Then they do continue to sell and continue to climb. Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess in 5 years' time, if it sells again for 13.9, that's I probably deserve a slap in the face for what I just said. But yeah, it's kind of
But when does that become vintage, though? When does that become? Because he made a strange comment, didn't he? Saying something like, well, not strange. It's not strange at all. He said it won't hit the market again in his lifetime. But at some stage, that's going to become. But what I don't fully understand is he doesn't. He could have bought the card on his own.
Mhm.
It's weird that, like I think weird things like, where's the card going to go? How often are they going to look at it? It's a weird one. But like when that becomes vintage, like proper vintage, you would imagine at some stage that would become, so long as Michael Jordan behaves himself, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, Kobe's not going to cause any trouble, but
No,
Michael's still got potential to.
yeah,
And I think the interesting part, like reading about it, was that group of people got together because they didn't want to bid against each other. They didn't want to
yeah,
they didn't want to
yeah,
inflate the price and
yeah,
be fighting against each other for the card. So I
yeah,
think it's given. There's another guy, Shine 150. If you've seen his Instagram page and his cards, is all very top
yeah.
end. So yeah, will it go on the market again? Don't know. Will it go past? I guess when a one of one like that, will it break a record again? Don't know. Um,
Mm,
whereas the other, when you look at the other ones that are kind of reaching towards those values, they've done that over time. There's
yeah,
been multiple sales and over what I think 50, 60 years to get to that value versus a card that's 20 years old. Um, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens if it sells again in our lifetime.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting one to watch. But there's I read a few other stories as well where like people had cards, but like touching upon the list and stuff like that, where people looking at specific cards. But what I quite like about the hobby is that there's some real high end stuff that people know about. They know about the card, they know about who's owned it, and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And I quite like that. Like we spoke about it before. There's a lot of stories and stuff like that. There's a lot of yeah, I like things like that. I find quite interesting about the hobby, which is part of the reason I'm really enjoying it. I quite like that. You know, those big cards or real popular cards where people can trace who's owned it, and that kind of becomes like history of the card as well. And you know, like even if that card goes back on the market, you've still got that story that's always attached to the card.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
The record setter and the people that set the record.
yeah,
Yeah, and the people before them. Yeah, so I know. I'm hoping that card was pulled by someone out
yeah,
of out of a $50 pack or a
yeah,
$500 pack. When they were cheap, and they've held it for a long time, and then it's gone on to hit their value. I mean, that's the cool part of any story of a card that sells for big money.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
there's a guy that hit the 101 downtown gold vinyl Bo Nix. I think it
Yep.
was either downtown or uptown. Him and his wife had been trying to have a
Saw
baby
that,
unsuccessfully, and the
yeah.
card grading a 10 and selling, actually ended up being able to pay for their treatment. So those
Yeah.
are the awesome stories from the
That was
hobby.
through Golden, wasn't it? They put it
Yeah.
up with Golden. Yeah, I saw that on their social media. But it's a cool, yeah, like stuff like that's cool, isn't it? But like that story is then attached to that card,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
you obviously with it being graded as well, there's not going to be no confusion over what card it was. But yeah, like that's what's really cool is that's always whoever owns it knows that that's the story that's with that card, which is yeah, I love stuff like that. Obviously, I'm nowhere near the realms of someone retelling my story on one of my cards, but you never know. My Tyler Lockett one
Anything's
day.
possible, eh?
That's it, mate. Yeah, like people
Yeah.
telling a story of my Tyler Lockett card one day. Who knows?
Yeah. The old
Um,
the gold downtown is going to pop out of Donruss in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
one.
that's it. Well, although, yeah, my when I think of these, oh no, not gold Downtown's a Kaboom. Yeah, that was strange. Yeah, I was nearly going to buy a gold Kaboom off someone, and I saw the same card on just by complete chance on someone else's Instagram in America. Exactly
Yeah.
the same serial number. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a weird one. But yeah, I do like the gold kabooms. That's I've got to get a standard one first though.
Absolute is October, yeah, so not far away
Yeah.
from the chase.
The problem is though this year's it's kaboom or bust, isn't it? With that product, it's not for me anyway. I don't like the cards at all. So
Yeah.
and they still got them in EB, haven't they? So there's always temptation to grab one of those for the kaboom, but
No, the hobby product's got a little bit more, yeah. Absolute retail, it is
yeah,
kaboom or bust, yeah. I rolled through a case of blasters one year, and then that was one numbered card out of the case,
oh,
which was
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
disappointing.
yeah,
But yeah, you kind of that's the chase,
yeah. Yeah, yeah, it'd be interesting to when the hobby stuff comes out, and especially if there's some good Seahawks stuff this year. I'm looking forward to that with downtowns and kabooms and that. I feel it's going to be an expensive year for me.
Yeah, well, you got off on the right foot with Origins, yeah. So
Oh, definitely,
let's
mate.
just
Yeah,
hope it continues.
I know. Yeah, just need the I need the Milrow now. So hopefully, I'm having a look at one on eBay at the minute. But yeah, the other thing I was going to say on the Origins, someone was telling me the other day, one of the German guys that we talked to quite a lot on Instagram was saying that it's Seahawks 50th year, so they got that 50th badge on the uniform, and I believe in Origins there's some of those in the patches
Nice.
this year. Yeah, so yeah, I've got to get into some more Origins for that, but so far so good.
Yeah, only one more box for us, and then that's it. We're done. We're on to the next product. So
Yeah,
yeah,
nice, cool. All right, well I think it's been good to have you on, Nick, because yeah, like me and Mark talk about I don't know, stuff sort of at our level and stuff like that, which is new. But it's nice. What we want to do with the podcast is have more like kind of sort of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like good, good information, stuff that's going on in the hobby and stuff like that. That's a little bit different to us just talking about our mail days every week and stuff like that. But I say it every week. The feedback we've had and the interest has been good. It's just trying to get times, with us being other ends of the world, it's sometimes quite challenging. But we've got a nice run of guests now. Obviously, with yourself tonight, Lee Cars, not the Lee Carsley, but Carsley Frank. And then we've got a KCC member, Nick Blinko, lined up for the week after.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's a few others, Brock Nash, Matthew Bricks, who are going to be at some stage as well. So there's a few people, which is really cool because it'll just be nice because everyone even the people we just mentioned there, like different levels of collecting, different times in it. So I'm quite looking forward to like getting into that as well.
Yeah, just good to mix it up a bit and hear other stories. And I know Brock quite well. And sort of met him in person, but and Nick have met once or twice. But both him and Matthew. There's lots of guys on the page that they're, apart from what I see out of boxes that I pull for them. I don't really know too much about. So looking forward to seeing them on, and hearing them on here and hearing about their journeys.
That'd be good. Definitely, I'm looking forward to it. So watch this space.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me back on. Like I said, you always get a bit worried until you get the second invite. Look forward to coming back again and talking some more.
No, you're always welcome, Nick. I think like we'd have you as often as you want to come on. It's just I think sometimes I get a bit worried that I want people to, I guess, to like want to be on. So I don't want to take too much of your time and stuff like that. But I absolutely love it.
Just let me know, and we'll get into what's coming up in October on the next one. Hopefully the list is just as long.
We'll refer to you as a friend of the show now, a friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks for coming on.
All right.
Take your time.
I have to keep an eye out for those Coom and Curry stickers in the mail.
Oh yeah. We need to get some merch now. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I've got I changed it just before the pod, but I put the Coom and Curry logo up in the corner.
I thought it was. It's not quite. So it's on the small screen. It's
just
good.
Like slight switch, and then when we finish, I'll put the other picture back.
Nice touch.
It's a hybrid of the Coom and Curry studio / office. Office by day, studio by night.
Awesome.
But cool. Nice one. On that note.
Right. Cheers, team.
Regards to your families.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Regards to your family, yeah.
Take it easy. See ya.